minute, but I think if I had to go snake draft,
what's your number one overall pick?
3/16 or a 3/8 jig. I would have to say.
With what?
In a perfect world scenario, a jerk minnow or a mooch minnow. I love pitching plastics. They're cleaner on the boat. Yeah, there's a mooch. They came out with the 4.5-inch mooch minnow this year.
No free ads, but
that's a hell of a bait.
They make a really good plastic.
It's a hell of a bait. I really like the electric shad color.
Okay.
So that obviously that jigging in plastic, obviously Z-Man jerk minnow. I think you got one of those too. Shout out Eric Jensen, his favorite.
You kind of jerk shad.
You remember last year we asked Jensen, he said they got their butts completely kicked on a tournament, hard bite. And you asked them after the 2-day tournament, what'd you throw? Z-Man, all day, every day, never changed it. And I'm pretty sure he still throws the same one. And he just, Z-Man's, or just plastics in general, it takes a little bit of time. I know you can agree with this. It takes a little bit of time to get confidence built in it, which can be said with a jig and wrap. It can be said with even a jig and a crawler. It takes some time, but when you start getting them to snap on plastics and you're not digging your fingers in a night crawler bucket in your boat that's cleaned up, and I would that would be my number one all year thing. Obviously not so much in the wintertime, but as far as open water, I love a jig and a plastic. I know what you're going to say, what your go-to is.
Oh, my all-time favorite is a jig and a crawler. But I will say, this year is probably my first year of extensively fishing shallow in weeds. And a lot of times I'm scoping, but a lot of times, you and I went out the other day and I'm just casting off the back of the boat and cracking them. And I took my wife out the other day and same thing, cracking them and blind casting. And it's very hard to do that with the crawler because they're a little bit more fragile. So there's definitely
they're finessing too. You can get by with a jig and a plastic. You can really rip it through the weeds, which a hungry walleye in the weeds, normally if you can find them in the weeds, 8 feet or less, I would say, in, let's say, some of the warmer water temp out on whatever body of water you're fishing, if they're in the weeds, they're probably there because they're eating. They're putting the bag on. So, a lot of sharpshooting when we're fishing later season, August, and you're fishing basin, you're fishing suspended fish, maybe onesies, twosies here and there. It's a little more important to get that precision, drop it on their face cast. But in the weeds, you don't have to do that. They'll come 10, 15 feet. If they can see it and they're hungry, they can do that. That's why just go fishing. It seems like we were even talking about that on Sunday. This live scope, instead of casting 500 times in 3 hours, you cast 30 times. And sometimes you lose sight of how those days that you just go out and cast 1,000,000 times and you get what you get. And that's fun to do it like that too. So
yeah,
I think a jig and a plastic is
your top.
Yeah, I think.
What about a slip bobber?
I mean, slip bobber's in my top 5 for sure. It's not maybe the most. Don't get me wrong. It's a blast to go out and slip bob them. It is unbelievably fun, but it's a little bit more slower paced, and but. Is there anything better than watching the cork go down? I mean,